You know what, we're gonna go to the solo cam. I have a new background, but I'm gonna wait for a little while to show it, because, you know. But, why is it showing everything? Stop. I don't want it to show the background, because it's just my living room, you know? And no, my hair is not gone, it's just the setup keeps taking things out of, like, it's trying to cut out the background. See, my hand even disappears, even though it's, like, right next to my ear microphone, as you can see. So, I don't know. Uh, there's kind of a lot. I started the title with TERFs, Ukraine, Russia, nuclear war, and McNukes. So, you know, is this, oh, I don't know. Yeah, the sound's coming through. Okay, we're good. Um, so I guess what we'll do is we will open up my Streamlabs deck on my phone, so I don't have to do it on my computer constantly. Alright. So I guess we're going to go ahead and start here with the TERFs section. And I've been having problems with them for a while, but today's the first day that I've actually gotten, like, mass blocked. Defending. Oh yeah, they blocked me. That's right. Okay. Well, shit. Let me. There was a photo. New incognito window. Twitter.com. Close. Let me browse anonymously. Slash user, I guess. Slash. Actually, let me just go to. Ah, damn, what was her name? Bell Staffy. Bell Staffy. Boom. Perfect. This picture right here. Two women laying in bed, and it's on a For Sapphics account. Now there's a whole lot of oh, they're super turfy. Okay. Um it's nothing lesbian to see here, which is not true. A photo of a het or bi couple, which is absolutely derogatory and a lie. LARPing is exclusively there's nothing LARPing about it. There's no man here. I actually got blocked for telling them that there's no men here. This isn't a man. Neither is she. She isn't a. She's a woman. She's a woman. There's no men in this picture. I don't know if she actually identifies as a she, they. We'll go with they for now. And the quote tweets are actually a thing of wonder. Ah, can't see them because I'm not signed in. Anyways, as you can see, there's a whole lot of transphobia. This one hasn't blocked me. This one's pretty bad too. As you can see, I'm making objectively correct statements. Well, there are no men in this photo, so incorrect. If they identify as a woman, they are a woman. They were like, men are men, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, men are men, but having a penis doesn't make one a man. Identifying as one does. And then I asked them, are these two women? And yes, they are. So that's funny to me. And I also got blocked. I think. Am I blocked here? No. See, people say things like this, and it's like, men aren't women. Yeah. If you identify as a man, you're a man, though. And if you identify as a woman, you're a woman. It's that simple. Please rename your account to Four Hats, you disgusting homophobes. Nothing homophobic about it. Lesbians do not have penises. Lesbians can have penis. Like, just objectively correct things. So, TERFs are just losing it, alright? I'm surprised I haven't gotten blocked, but on the other thread, uh, up here, it was multiple people. Wait, what was this one? Who the fuck? Oh, they're probably somebody else who blocked me for saying something transphobic. But yeah, this entire thread is there are different people in here who have blocked me because I do it. Wait, is it not this thread? Where's the other one where there's like a few different threads where I've been this one. This portion of the thread. See, it's not even showing them in here because they blocked me. But just the dumbest shit you could possibly imagine. Why? Why? Why can't they get it through their fucking skull? Just so dumb. And then literally, if you just put anything about liking Trump on your profile, you'll get like 3,000 fucking followers because those idiots all band together. That's so fucking dumb. That person is also very dumb. Uh, so what I want to talk about really is the fact that transphobia is pretty fucking rampant, even on the left. Ugh. We gotta knock that shit out, y'all. We cannot keep having transphobia. We can't have bigotry. The only acceptable form of bigotry is against ideology. I'm bigoted against conservatives. Yes. I'm bigoted against people who call themselves Marxist Leninists because, in my fucking experience, terrible. Oh, hey, Camel. All of them are just essentially fascists. Oop. Sorry about that. I might need to maneuver the mic stand a little bit away. Yeah. Anyways, trans women are women. Woman is an identity. If you identify as a woman, you're a woman. If you have a sincere belief that you are a woman, you're a woman. That's all it takes. I mean, hell, back in the day, I'm pretty sure it was FDR when he was a little kid. they would just call all little kids little girls. They'd just call them girls, and they'd put them in dresses and stuff until they were like 8 years old, and then you became a young man or a young lady. Sometimes up to like 11 or 12. Like it, the way we have expressed gender has changed so fucking much over time, and other cultures don't even have the same gender expression. My cousin was telling me about a language he was hearing about that's one of the easiest in the world to learn because they don't even have a differentiation for gender on things. Like it just doesn't matter. Fuck, there were like, what was it? Polynesian leaders who were non-binary and stuff like that. There were trans people that were highly regarded, like all over the place. I mean, shit. It's just a thing. Like the fact that people are trans is just a fact that people need to accept, and we need to just move on from the bigotry on this one. Now, TERFs are called so because trans exclusionary radical feminists. They're not feminist. They're not feminist in any regard. They have a an essentialist mindset when it comes to men. When it comes to anything with a penis, I should say, actually. Um, it's really bad. Essentialist mindsets are really fucking bad. Like, honestly, it leads to that kind of bigotry. And there's nothing universal about any group. Like, at all. None. You cannot find a universal thing in any particular group outside of the fact that every single one of us is a human. That's it. I need to rotate myself so I stop kicking this damn thing. God, it's been kind of a long day for me, but we'll get through this. I, I don't know how to deal with it. I don't know what we can do. I really don't on this one. There's a lot of things I don't have answers for. There's a lot of things I can have suggestions on how to approach things, but when it comes to dealing with these particular essentialist mindsets, especially if they won't hear any reason, I don't know what you do. If they don't want to listen to you because they're just locked into their way, I do not know what you do. That's not my area of expertise. I can't convince people like that. I can only convince the people willing to listen. That's it. Or at least I can try and make a strong case. I don't know if I can convince them, but that'd be... It's kind of a strong claim. But I can try and make a pretty strong case to people. But outside of that, I don't know what to do with the essentialism. I don't. That's suited for other people. It's not my area. It's not what I'm good at. I'm not even necessarily good at this. I'm good enough at this, and I just enjoy doing it. So that's all it is. I am gonna stop holding back a bit on here, by the way, in the live streams. So if you tune into those, well, you'll get to see me be weird. Yeah. I don't really know if empathy or just derision is how we're gonna have to deal with it. Maybe a combination of both. I don't know. We'll just have to approach it from a lot of sides. I guess leave a comment and let me know what you guys think. Try and set up a discussion about it. I don't know. Because I really don't. I don't know what to do about this. It wouldn't be any sort of debate because I'm a little lost here. So just let me know. And yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna move on from this particular topic because I just realized I didn't even show y'all any of that thread because I was on my full camera. But outside of that, well, we have a bunch of stuff. Let's see, Ukraine and Russia. Yeah, we'll do that. Let's go ahead and get Destiny launched up. Alright, so while I'm launching my video game, I do want to talk about Ukraine and Russia real quick. It's not going to be, it might be a little bit longer, I don't know. Russia is a fascist oligarchy that is hellbent, it seems, on trying to take areas around it and rebuild the old Russian Empire. But that would also include Poland. But currently it seems set on Ukraine, because Ukraine wants to join NATO as their justification. And they came up with a whole bunch of other fucking reasons, and they're all pretty flimsy and dog shit. But we'll get to that. Ukraine is a leaning neoliberal, semi-corrupt, kind of pretty standard government with a current president who, in the situation he's in, is being an absolute Chad. Cannot deny. But even then, their general what do I want to call it? Their general policies and governance are kind of just neoliberal, kind of, standard dog shit. So the thing here, the thing that I want to get to here is Russia started this conflict. Russia did it. Not Ukraine. Not NATO. Not the US. Not any constituent. Not anybody else. Russia started this. I'm not going to mince words. Vladimir Putin is a fucking monster. What matters to me here is that A, Russia gets broken. Specifically, its hunger for war. And also the governance of Vladimir Putin. I want those things in particular to be crushed. There's an absolute fucking moron in my chat asking dumb shit questions currently while I'm discussing this, as you'll probably see on the screen. Actually, you won't. So I will address them in just a moment. What I want to bring up, what I want to overall talk about, is while I support Ukraine in this particular conflict, it should not be said that I am fully in support of Ukraine. The same goes for NATO. I am in favor of NATO being a deterrent for Russia, being imperialist, but I do not fully support NATO. There's a lot of shit that NATO does that I'm like, not a big fan there. But NATO in and of itself isn't really it's just kind of a sometimes used as a vehicle for the things that Western powers were going to do anyways. That's what it is. Occasionally used as a vehicle to do things that the US wanted to do regardless, or that the UK wanted to do regardless. They just wanted the PR of their country to be saved. So, Russia, the hunger for war from their leader, the leader himself, I want to be broken. If the I believe I heard a rumor that maybe his cabinet is no wait no wasn't a rumor, sorry. There was reports of rumors of other things, but this one was actually just a tweet I saw about his cabinet just taking him out. Like if the officials around him, like if they just took him out, that would probably be better for the country because Putin bad. Putin is not a good person. I don't think that the people around him are very good either. What was that tweet that I saw? Um, Give me a moment. I'm gonna try and find this thing. There was a tweet that I saw that was about uh, one of the commanders. Yep. Okay, so let's. Let me ask you this: why would you send the Wagner Group, which is named after Hitler's favorite composer, whose head is a neo Nazi with the SS bolts and the Nazi eagle, in to kill the Jewish president? Is it because the Azov battalion, who's like pretty much nobody and they don't really have any power? They're bad, yes, and they probably should use their ammunition on, themselves. But yeah, that is yes, that is a Nazi. That is the head of a military battalion in Russia. Also, Vladimir Putin has what's his name? Uh, Alexander Dugin, who is the head of the Nazbol party, the National Bolshevik Party, which is a Nazi party. That's like his right hand man. So, it doesn't really look good for Putin when he says that he's going in to denazify Ukraine, when objectively there are more Nazis in Ukraine when Russia invaded. Even if they took out the entire Azov battalion, there would be more Nazis than there were before. And that is the country that this chatter here, I will now.
seen enough. I'm calling this one. Rise from this loss and fight again. No, not this time. Controlling those zones is the only path to victory. Control. Move in and take those zones. They are your life. Enemy claims Zone C. Zone B captured. Zone advantage is yours. Keep the pressure on. Zone A lost. What can stop you? Fight together. Nothing. Zone C lost. Enemy has zone advantage. Zone A captured. Zone advantage is yours. Zone B lost. They have advantage. Zone B captured. You have zone advantage. Zone A lost. Enemy has advantage. You captured Zone C. You have advantage. 5 minutes remain. A strong start. Fight on. Double down. You captured Zone A. Power play. Keep the pressure on. You're winning. Stay strong. Fire team that fights together, stays together. You captured Zone C. That's a power play. You took them, now hold them. Zone A lost. Keep the pressure on. You're almost there. One minute. Won't be long now. Seconds stand between you and victory. Seconds. Bring it home, Guardians. A victory well executed. Impressive. You could give the Redjacks a lesson in territory control. Control. Take those zones and hold them to your last breath. Captured Zone B. Enemy claimed Zone A. Zone C captured. You have advantage. Zone C lost. Enemy has zone advantage. Zone C captured. Zone advantage is yours. Zone B lost. You captured Zone A. Zone advantage is yours. Zone C lost. Zone B captured. Zone advantage is yours. Zone B lost. Enemy has advantage. You captured Zone B. Zone advantage is yours. Zone C captured. Power play. Keep the pressure on. Zone A lost. Zone C lost. Enemy has advantage. Zone advantage is yours. Zone A lost. A strong start. Fight on. Zone advantage is yours. Zone B lost. lost. The battle is still close. Zone A captured. Your enemy can't kill if they're dead. Zone B captured. Zone advantage is yours. 3 minutes. Zone A lost. Enemy has zone advantage. The enemy's almost won. You have advantage. You're defeated. Fight again. Persistence is key. You've got to hold those zones. Maybe next time, Guardian.
Boom. Okay, so there's a trend that I noticed a while back, but I wanted to get a little bit more evidence, a little bit more, I guess, observation taken care of on some of the tendencies I've seen on some groups in the online left. So let's go ahead and give a quick discussion about this one. All right. What we have is a few different groups. One of those groups is a group like myself. I'll go ahead and put. Yeah, I'd have to say somebody like a Vosh or a Shark or Heemed isn't a socialist, and Shu's not really a socialist. Hassan is shaky. I mean, I think he believes in some of the principles of Marxism, but I do think his logic and stuff is a little too. Uh, but I mean, there's groups, there's people. Uh, Demon Mama, people on the left who read, they take in information, they synthesize information from different sources, and they reflect upon it and give some critical thinking to arrive at conclusions. There's a different group who will take in information, think about it for a little bit, and they won't really go past layer 1, maybe 2, and then arrive at their conclusion. The lazier people. I'm pretty fucking lazy myself, but when it comes to certain issues and whatnot that I want to talk about, I don't just look like I don't pull up one article, read it, and then read another article from pretty much the same source or a very similar source, and then that's it. You kind of have to look at 8 or 9 different articles generally. You kind of just look through. You can generally you can pull information from one article often, but if you want to try and find out more detail, in depth on larger issue, you gotta look. You gotta take the time to look. Uh, so that's what I would consider the lazier people on some of the issues, but they still have good ethical grounding. They have good a decent understanding of why they want what they want, and at least a baseline understanding that socialism is an economic framework. So they need to know those things. And then there's another group, which will read, in this case, theory, take it in, and then dogmatically follow it. Like it's a fucking religious text. And you can get that from your Jackson Hinkles, your Luna Oys and non-competes, your fucking Haas, your fucking Hakeem, any of these people. Any of them. Anybody who's a Marxist-Leninist or a Marxist-Leninist Maoist or Ho Chi Minhist or Stalinist or whatever. Any of them. You can find dog shit dogmatic takes all over the fucking place. I really don't understand why this is. They constantly, you need to take into account material conditions. Well, guess what, motherfucker? Material conditions have changed from the time that this theory was fucking written. It's not universal. You have to apply it. You have to adapt it to the modern circumstances. You can't just read it and go, well, in, 1917, Russia did this and overthrew their fucking government. So why don't we do this? No, you fucking idiot. Come on. Put a little bit more thought into it. Why can't we just overthrow our fucking government? Maybe because the U.S. saw what happened to other governments like that and prepared for had contingency plans for shit like that. Why do you think they have Predator drones? Holy fuck. Like, Predator drones are something that they could use on a civilian, rebellion. It's not unlikely that it would. I mean, it's not implausible if that's something that they would do. If, like, a large leftist revolution started or whatever. Yeah, you really think the fucking billionaire oligarchs and shit in charge of this country are gonna really let that happen? Of course not. However, there are still some people in the first group who try and synthesize information who have a tendency, and I guess they're a subgroup of the first group, they have a tendency to kind of lean really hard into interpreting theory, like over-interpreting theory, to the point where they won't even, like, go vote in a presidential election because it would be supporting the existence of a state. But it's going to exist even if they don't participate. You would have to get, like, everybody to want to abolish the fucking state. which is what advocacy is for. And it's a lot easier to do that if you go out and vote. Like, while there's a state, it fucking matters who's in control of it. Not voting? Oh, I'm using my voice to not vote. No, you're shutting the fuck up and being complacent in what happens. At least in terms of who gets elected. You could have had an outcome, and yeah, lesser of two evils is a not good feeling, but it's not the end of the fucking line. It's not the advocacy. That's not the end of your advocacy. It's not, oh, go out and vote, and that's it. No, it's like, God, gotta go vote for this shitbag. Okay, well, I'll take a few hours to go do that, and then after that, I guess I'll go work on the community garden that I started. Which, by the way, if you live in Oklahoma, message me about community garden stuff. I kind of want to organize that. You know, just... It's not the end of your advocacy. It's not the end of your action. It's not the end of what you need to do. Voting is a... It's almost like taking a shit. It's something that you need to do, but it's not the necessarily the most pleasant thing, and it's over fairly quickly. You clean up when you're done, and then you go about doing other business. I don't get why other lefties don't understand this kind of shit. It's really not that hard. Like, Vosh had talked about how the supremely anti-NATO leftist is a psyop from Russia. No, I believe the people who promote the apathy of voting, like just not bothering, that's more of a psyop, especially in the left, because lefties are pretty fucking susceptible to it. But it's not what we should be doing. It's not the end of our line. Voting is literally just quick. It takes sometimes a couple hours, maybe 4 hours. It depends on where you live. But generally, no, it's something you do. You might have to take a day off of doing something to go and fucking vote. Yeah, it's one day off. Kind of sucks that that you got to take so much time to do it in those kind of circumstances. But it's literally one of the smallest things you can fucking do. You cast a vote. Hell, nobody's even saying, "Oh, you need to advocate for the candidate." You don't have to fucking do that. You don't have to let anybody know you're going to vote for a candidate. Like, just... Come on. Who you vote for, that's on you. That's all I gotta say to you fucking people. Just fucking whinging, welching, whiny fucking losers. I'm tired of it. Now I have to go vote. No, voting upholds the state. Well, the state's gonna exist even if you don't fucking vote. How many people would you have to convince not to vote for the state not to be upheld? Oh, a lot? Well, guess what, buddy? If you don't vote, you know who will? Reliably? Who always votes? Reliably? Conservatives. So by not voting, you, and advocating not to vote in leftist spaces, you are literally ceding your fucking state, the state power you could have. As cringy as it is to have fucking state power, that thing exists, and who controls it does matter at this moment. Better to have lefties at the helm of the state, which, if we can get enough anarchists there, I know, right? Anarchists running a state, what? Yeah, that's when you can actually abolish the fucker. When you get enough people on board with anarchism. That's the deal. You have to get enough people thinking in ways that would be beneficial, mutual aid efforts, to where people are helping each other out instead of trying to fucking screw each other over. Me just talking about this shit around people, just around the people that I know, that I see on a weekly basis, people at work, people at in my personal life, people who might tune in here, I know I have gotten some people to think in a different manner. And it makes me happy that that's a thing. The issue I have is there's such a big fucking propaganda machine against us. And have I pulled people completely over? No, I haven't been able to pull people completely over. I haven't even been a leftist as long as I've been working my current job. So, kind of not really a thing that I could do on a regular, you know? Like, I was kind of a liberal more when I started working at my current job. Like, kind of leaning in the SOCDEM camp. So I wanted the universal health care and the better pay for people. I had empathy for other people at the very least. But, like, worker owned means of production, abolishing hierarchies, abolishing the state, stuff like that. That came about later. I've only actually been reading theory and doing leftist work for about 2 years. And like most of my work has been like actually like studying up, reading, trying to confront certain things that I know about myself and shit like that to grow as a person. There's still some shit that I got to work on, and I can recognize that. I know I have an issue with some ableism. I try and keep it off the stream because that can affect people. In my personal life, between friends and stuff, yeah, I still try and work on it there too, but it slips out sometimes. I'm, what are you gonna do? Cancel me for it? I got canceled for telling Kunta J to go fuck himself for being a fucking dipshit. So, whatever. Fucker had blocked me too. Tried to use Louis Farrakhan images against me. That's the one that cracks me up also. Okay, I know this is kind of a little bit of a ramble here, but if you support Louis Farrakhan, you're not a leftist. You're just not. Louis Farrakhan is anti-communist. He's anti-leftist. Marcus Garvey was anti-communist, anti-leftist. So even the people who dogmatically adhere to their theory don't even like have enough of a fucking brain to understand when they are pushing someone to look at fact. I think Hawes does actually. I think Hawes is calculated on some of that. Talking to Hake on modern day debates, and Hake asked him who good black leaders were, and he said historically Marcus Garvey and the Nation of Islam. Nation of Islam, currently headed up by Louis Farrakhan, a Nazi. As a matter of fact, you know what? This is a really good thing to do here, so I can substantiate what I'm saying here a bit. Let's just go here to the Wikipedia, and then Control F.
Banshee really did a number on this gun. It's never been this reliable. Glint, hold that thought. No. No, that's his memory. Glint, hold that thought.
Would be do not trust the fascist supporters that masquerade themselves as leftists. Do not trust Jackson Hinkle. Do not trust Infrared Haas. Do not trust any of these fucks. Caleb Maupin, that fuck, Burger King himself. No. Absolutely fucking not. We can't trust them. We can't do it. So, anyways, like I said, reach out if you're in Oklahoma. I can try and talk to some people about working on community gardens. I would really like to get some of those started up in different areas, and get people to chip in and work, and nobody get mad. Try and show people like, hey, no, this food is literally for people to come in and grab some supplementary stuff. Like, we're trying to get people fed, and if we get enough community gardens where people can just deal with stuff that they can get some supplementary stuff. There's plenty of them where people can get what they generally need outside of some like some other things where they have to go to a grocery store because we just can't bother doing it. Like, can't bother, can't really logistically do it. You know, like we can't really just have a community garden where there's like a community farm where there's fucking cows. We could do a co-op, but even then, like we'd have to do a co-op that, and then a co-op grocery store that accepts pretty much just food stamps. And there are some issues with that in and of itself. Anyways, I'm still rambling. That's gonna be all. Take care, and I hope you enjoyed. Quite literally, that's gonna be it. That's it. The stream. That's not just me ending.